Okay, I can see that you put three projects. You have done three projects. One
Yeah.
is implementation, and then you work for some support, and
Okay.
then implementation. Okay, tell
Yes.
me what are the key role in the last project? I can see from April 2017 to till now. What
Okay.
are the key, main roles in this project, and what kind of scenarios you have worked? And just tell me briefly about that project.
Okay. Yeah, the recent part which I have done, that is production support and some couple of deployments I have done. And nearly since 2017 April, I've been associated with that particular client. So since then, nearly more than 1.5 years, I worked as a support consultant. I have given the production support for one of the SBZ, and after that, I moved to testing, and there I have created some test scripts, and I have done some couple of deployments. Recently, I have done one deployment, which is HSP Malaysian currency conversion project that is based out of Malaysia. In this project, I worked as a data conversion lead, basically. Yeah. Actually, I have very good exposure in all the parts in like purchasing, inventory, and I have a couple of I have some very good experience in invoice verification also.
Hmm.
Mm, uh, yeah, that's it. I think.
In that project. Okay, have you worked on any developments in that project?
Yeah. I worked on one development. Yes. I worked for development.
Okay, tell me any one development which you have worked.
Okay, so the development which I have worked, like I have there is a requirement which we got from the business. That requirement to need to display the report for, with respect to the inputs of release group and release group and purchase order. So the report will come like once you given the input of purchase order and release group, what are the release hierarchy, whether this purchase order has been released or not. If not, what is that hierarchy is pending? I mean, the complete status of the release procedure for the particular purchase order. That is the report which we have done for this client. That was my not very recently, like 6 months back. Um, and apart from that, I have done one deployment which is like the characteristics of the class. This is one kind of report. This for this I am working as a functional lead of functional lead. So for that, once you give the class as input in the report, and we can see the all the report which is how many characteristics has been assigned to the particular class. That complete report will be displayed in the system. That one kind of custom report, which was the complete custom business from the client. Those are the two deployments which I have done recently.
Okay, and what is the exact report? You give the class and you get the details of that class.
Yeah.
What is
If I give the class as the input, and I can get all the list of the characteristics and what are the characteristics which has been assigned to the particular class. That was the one custom report which we are using in current client Annual.
Okay. Have you worked on any special procurements?
Yeah, I have worked on special procurement, consignment, and subcontracting. Those when I was the current project, you mean to say like the current the project you're talking about is throughout my SAP career?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Normally I asked like not about the project. I just asked about have you ever worked on these procurements? Okay. Why that generally vendors prefer to go for consignment?
Okay.
Like what is the difference between consignment procurement and standard procurement, and why the respective business or the supplier has a what you call choose the consignment in place of standard procurement?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. When it the main consignment procurement is one of the special procurement. We need to maintain the special stock for the consignment. So whenever we see, if we don't know when we are going for the consumption, So based on the manufacturing, based on the requirement of the customer, so we are procuring the material from the consignment vendor. We can keep that material in our plant premises, but we are not liable to use those materials because whenever if you want to, based on the requirement of the, based on the production consumption, we are using that material as the we are procuring the procurement consignment procuring material. We are converting from consignment stock to our stock because suppose I mean the this scenario generally in most of the manufacturing companies, they are using this consignment scenario because we never know that when we are using that particular stock, when we need that stock. So whenever if you want to use that stock, if the stock is not available in our inventory, so what we will do is we have to again procure the material from the vendor, and from the scratch we need to raise the procurement process and purchase requisition or purchase order and do the goods receipt, and this complete process will take some time. So rather than that, we are before prerequisite, we are procuring material from the consignment vendor. We can keep that material in our plant premises. So okay, but we are not liable to use that material. Whenever if you want to use that material, you can convert the stock from consignment stock to our own stock. So that is the unpredicted production based on that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I think you're just been a bit analyzing and telling different things and all. I think the interviewer may be lost. Okay, at some point of time, you can just quickly tell like the consignment procurement. For standard procurement, when you receive the material, we do the payment. Okay, at the high
okay.
level, and
Okay.
consignment procurement, we do the payment whenever you consume the stock, not at the time of receiving. Okay.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
example, when you receive, we generally pay the amount, right? But here we receive, we don't do payment whenever you consume. Okay. And consignment generally, the suppliers prefer when they have a huge business market with the certain kind of customers. What they do is the customers will consume the stock by the time, maybe in 2 months or 3 months, but they will consume. Okay.
Okay.
So the supplier also should be in a position financially to bear that, because he are going to give the material to the customers, but you may get money after 2 months or 1 month, 3 months, like that, right? Okay.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And they also select to the customers who consume more quantity and maybe bit late, or else the late also they will calculate in their experience and all. When they go for an agreement with consignment agreement, they generally see that okay, how frequent they consume the material, how much they can plan it. Okay, based on the agreement only they will send it. For
Okay.
example, if they
Okay.
see that that customers is generally consuming every month some 500 pieces, then they go for consignment stock of 800 or 700, or like that they can go that.
Okay.
Because they also cannot send for 2000 stock, they will keep send, and they consume only 500. To consume itself, it will take four months.
Okay.
Okay, so what you have to tell is the consignment stock, consignment, the agreement wise, they will see that as a customer, what are the benefits when I ask for the consignment. You can just mention like you don't have to pay immediately. So whenever I consume, I can pay it. First
Okay.
benefit. And
Okay.
now I'm talking like customer only. Okay, because we are procuring, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm just highlighting that benefits. Okay, not
Okay.
what vendor benefits. That's a second thing. And second thing is, sometimes we have a immediate requirement, but when we order to the vendor, that vendor already have some commitments with other customers, so he's not able to provide the required quantity based on our urgent requirement. To avoid these kind of things, consignment stock will be helpful for us. We have a stock, always we can consume how much you want and you can pay it. Okay,
Okay.
so the
Okay.
stock is available in our premises and no transportation issues and no other issues and all. Okay, this is the two benefits, you can just highlight it. But there
Okay.
are other concerns also you have to see. You should have a proper space. Okay, and when you are keeping the space in your company, then any kind of other things you have to deal with the vendor, like your space you're going to spend for the vendor stock, right?
Yes.
So yeah, because each small square feet also will play the role in a company. Okay, because the
Exactly.
space distribution and all. Because
Right.
those are all. You can just tell the difference at a high level, and these two importance you can tell it. Okay.
Okay.
Normally, what kind of benefits you get it and all. If you just think it, you will get some more benefits like what kind of things can be done with consignment stock. Okay, and generally what kind of stock are we can decide as a consignment. Okay, we can tell suggest the business go these materials as a consignment. Okay, which we always need as a partial quantity, and the transportation cost also we can decrease, because at a time 200 pieces you are receiving from the vendor means the full container will come at once and it is keeping in your company. Okay,
Okay.
if you're ordering 30 40, then he has to bear that material, and the shipping cost also will be increased, so we
Okay.
can decrease the shipping cost. Okay, these kind of some benefits we can highlight. At the same time, the cons, both the pros and cons we have to discuss, and then they can decide it. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Sure.
Okay. See, I have a subcontracting procurement.
Okay.
Okay. I have some 5 materials, but what happened? The sixth material I don't have a stock. Okay.
Okay.
But I need to provide to the supplier. How do you handle that? I want to send some of the components to my subcontractor. I
Okay.
don't have a stock.
So, okay, you want to send the 5 components to the subcontractor, but you don't have all the stock. You have only 4 quantity. Uh, the fifth material you don't have.
Yeah.
Uh, what we'll do is we'll go with the third party scenario. We'll third party procurement. We request our customer to. I mean, we request the. I mean, what we'll do is we can raise the purchase order and we can request our vendor to the particular material what is required for the subcontracting. We can request him to send that material to that subcontracting vendor. You can consider here the subcontracting vendor as the customer. So what is the material is lagging
Okay.
for the
I think okay.
subcontracting process?
You don't have to go to that all that complex whatever you are saying. Maybe some country. You can just tell like we create that material as a normal procurement to our vendor. Okay,
Okay,
vendor A. Okay.
okay,
And in that purchase order, at the delivery address, we have an option called delivery address flag. Okay.
okay, okay.
And
Yes.
also we have subcontracting SC flag.
Okay,
That yeah, that SC flag. If you just keep it, then what will happen? The system will simply it will the vendor delivery to subcontractor address,
okay,
not your address. And when you perform 101 at your location, it will trigger 101 O. It won't trigger 101.
okay,
101 O means the subcontractor will get the stock. Okay.
okay, okay,
So when you do 540, when you receive 101, then the backend 543 will hit, right, to consume
yes, yes,
the
yes,
components.
yes,
It
yes.
will automatically hit it. And there are many companies, they don't do issues with 541.
Okay,
Okay. They don't do 541 concept at all. They
okay,
just
okay,
create a PO to the vendor A, the another
okay,
vendor, and they keep the delivery address, the subcontracting, the flag and all. Okay, so the vendor will not send to them. The vendor will directly send to the subcontractor. So subcontractor always will have some extra stock. Okay,
okay,
it's
okay.
not a PO based stock. They just receive whatever the stock they are receiving, and these we just send the subcontracting PO to them, and we just compare what are the component stock available at the vendor. If it is not
Okay.
available, then we trigger requirements like that. Okay.
Okay. So
So we don't do,
we don't
yeah,
need to
we don't
issue the
have to
goods with
store in our
5.
material, and we don't have to issue with 541 and all.
Ah,
Okay.
okay, okay,
Or
okay.
some material they can go like this, some material they can go like this. Some companies directly follow the same method.
Okay.
Okay.
Generally, as per the standard SAP, we would say like we can issue the goods with
Yeah.
541, but we can say
Normal
like,
process we can.
yeah,
There is an
normal
option
process
of
is like that. Okay.
mm, you can
So,
highlight that. There is an
yeah.
option to handle the same thing.
Okay. Actually, I was saying like a third party, but no need to go for the other special procurement.
Third party
Just
is
can.
special. There is a simple. This process is that you don't
Okay.
have to use the word of third party,
Okay.
which will mislead. Okay, it will mislead that
Okay,
condition.
standard procurement only. In the delivery tab in item level of the PO, we can give the vendor, the subcontractor vendor as the customer. I mean, vendor address, so that the vendor will directly post. I mean, stock the goods to the subcontractor, our required subcontractor. I mean the vendor. The both
Yes.
are vendors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both are vendor. One is subcontracting vendor, another one is normal vendor.
Normal vendor. So we are requesting normal vendor to give create the PO, and we are requesting him to send the material to the subcontracting vendor what you are giving in the item level of the PO.
Yes.
So that is the one scenario, and parallelly that subcontractor will get the material from the actual vendor, and he will send us the finished product and as per our requirement.
Yeah, this is so only the 541 we don't do it. It will just
Okay.
send by our vendor. Okay, it will
Okay.
save our transportation and storing cost, efforts. All those things will come down. That's it. We can say.
Okay, I think
And-
okay, we would say that either way we can do like 541
yeah,
or both, or maybe the complete all the components which the subcontractor is receiving from the other vendor. Either way you can say to the
yes,
interviewer.
we can do anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then okay, have you worked on any kind of interfaces?
Interfaces. I mean, real time I didn't get the chance to work, Ganesh. I mean, if I know something about interfaces, maybe I would say to the
Okay,
interviewer like.
what do you know about what a use of IDOC?
Okay, IDOC is the intermediate document, which is the document. This is the document which you are using to send the soft copy or maybe print PO to the vendor. That is the IDOC. It transfer the document, the legal required document, either PO or whatever. It will which is sending from one system to another system, which is the intermediate document between two systems.
Okay, we can between systems or one third-party system to SAP or within SAP systems, we
Using
can
SAP,
transfer
yeah, we can say.
the data. Okay,
Okay.
either we can
Okay.
receive or you can send the data.
Okay.
Okay. Have you worked on any integration with SD or finance?
Yeah, finance, and when you are doing when you do the confidence setting for the automatic account determination, we used to interact with the FICO people in OBYC. And when you do the special procurement stock transport order, and we need to interact with the SD people for setting some config settings for the stock transport
You
order.
can just tell me the process, any process where integration happens between SD and
Okay.
MM.
Okay. So when it comes to FICO, when you're doing the configuration settings for automatic account determination, and we need to interact with the FICO people, there is some config settings which is required for this automatic account determination in OBYC. OBYC is the transaction code which we need to maintain the different validation classes, and with respect to the type of the materials, and the different GL accounts with respect to the movement types. And so here we are maintaining different settings, and based on settings of the required movement type, the respective GL accounts will hit. So this
Okay, okay, what is SD?
yeah, SD. So when you are doing the stock transport order between two company codes, intra company, and that time we need to integrate with the SD people, sales and distribution people. Like when you are transferring the stock from one plant to another plant, both the plant has been assigned to different company codes. Because of the different GL accounts will hit, the accounting entries will hit at the company code level, and debits and credits. Uh, uh, and but the deliveries for doing the inbound delivery and shipping, all these things, and we need to interact with SD people for STO scenario. STO intra company, sorry, intercompany.
Okay, during shipping point determination, okay, there is a field in SAP Material Master. Okay,
Okay.
what is that field which will play the role in determining the shipping point?
Material master field. Okay. Okay. That field is there in the sales organization one. Uh, shipping plant, right?
No,
Delivery plant.
shipping.
Delivery plant.
I'm talking about the determination of shipping point.
Delivery plant.
No.
Maybe I'm I'm not getting any idea, Ganesh, on this.
Okay, it's a loading group. We have
Loading group.
loading
Okay. Yes.
group concept, right? Okay, in
Yes.
that
Yes. Yeah.
loading group, mm, the loading group field will play the role in the shipping point determination and all.
But there are two groups are there, right? Transportation
Yeah,
group and loading group.
transportation group and loading group. Yeah, loading group will have a configuration where we do the shipping point or goods shipping point that determination, right? In that configuration, it will play the role.
Okay. Okay. That what
Okay.
are the material we are transferring? That material should have the loading group in the sales organization view in Material Master.
Okay. See, where is the setup? Like, what is the prerequisite or any kind of setup? Or what is the main setting which will make not to create invoice receipt without doing GR? Means what I'm asking is the system should not allow me to create invoice receipt until I do the GR. For that, what to do in the purchase order?
Okay, in purchase order there is a GR based invoice. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
until if you tick that indicator in the purchase order item level, until you do the GR, system will not allow to post invoice with respect to that PO.
Okay, and so why do you do like that? And what kind of scenarios mainly we use this GR based invoice verification?
Okay, GR based invoice verification, like this is the three-step process. Purchase order, goods receipt, and invoice. For that, we need to if you there are two things. One, we can post invoice with respect to PO, and the other scenario, we need to post invoice with respect to the goods receipt material document.
Mm-hmm.
I think the maybe just correct me if I'm wrong, Ganesh. Right?
Okay, generally for the direct materials and wherever you want to have the GR tracking or mandatory. Okay. And you have to take this stockable materials, all stockable materials, GR based invoice certification, we use it because GR should be done. Okay, then only we can go for the invoice receipt based on the actual goods receipt. So there are multiple kind of business usages. You can tell like for direct materials, wherever we have all stockable materials, GR based will be there. Okay. And if you don't use the GR based invoice verification and you can, if you have a GR flag, then what happened, you can do invoice or GR, whatever you want to do first. Okay, but there is no dependency. You can do invoice, but right, whenever you have a GR flag, there is a goods receipt tick mark and there is a GR based IV flag.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, if you have a goods receipt tick mark, system will definitely hit the GRIR clearing account. Okay. Mostly what we prefer is when you have a goods receipt tick mark, try to have GR based IV, so that the GRIR clearing balances and that kind of things will be avoided. If you have a goods receipt tick mark but you don't have a GR based IV, then many times they post invoice but they will ignore GR. Okay, in what cases they will ignore GR? For the procurements where you treat GR as only for a tracking but not to maintain the stock. Okay. For example, there are some text POs or some kind of CG class items and all. They don't bother about how much material I received and I store in my inventory and I issue to the goods. Like that, they may not track it. Okay. And also there are some what you call account assigned POs where GR will be there, but GR based IV they don't use. Account assigned POs. For that, what happens? They concentrate on the invoice. They finish the invoice, but GR will not be done. GR may be done later and all. Okay.
Okay. How they will
So
post the invoice? They will post invoice with respect to PO.
PO, yeah, they directly post invoice. System will not suggest you any kind of price or quantity and all. That's the
Oh,
thing. Remaining things are at high level. It's fine. Okay. So what you can answer is GR based IV we prefer for the materials for which we maintain the stock.
okay.
Okay. Mostly we prefer to have it because you have to receive the stock and keep it in your warehouse. Then only you do the payment. You do the invoice verification and all based on the actual goods receipt. If you're
Okay.
using only for
When
tracking, yeah, then maybe you can do later. GR can be done first or invoice can be done first. That can be optional. They can follow for account assigned POs or else some materials where they don't track it that much as a stock and all those things. They can use like that.
but mostly when you do stock for the GR,
Stockable, I prefer,
stockable
yeah.
material. Okay.
According to my experience,
Okay.
stockable materials mostly we prefer GR-based IV
GR based
until
invoice.
there are
Okay.
some business requirement where they have to do invoice first because of some other business reasons. GR may
Okay.
be bit later. Okay, in that
Okay. Okay.
cases, system is not allowing to do right. So we try to follow for that materials in the invoice in the info record. We don't keep the flag like that. We do something. Okay.
Okay.
But generally, what suggestion I am just highlighting. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. What's the WM integration with MM during inbound process? Means during receiving process. Do you have idea about MMWM integration?
Uh, Actually, I don't have idea, Ganesh, but I will try.
Okay. Anyway, for this one, we have a video. I have video in YouTube about this point. Okay.
Okay.
MMWM integration with during inbound. You
Okay.
can check later.
I'll see that.
Yeah, well, generally we go with inbound delivery and all. Okay, can you create inbound delivery without purchase order?
We, yes,
Without
we can.
purchase order.
We can.
How?
You can create the inbound delivery with there is a moment type 5. I don't remember the moment type, but there is a moment type in standard SAP. You can do the inbound delivery without purchase order. You can do it. I'm sure.
Uh, have you ever worked on this scenario?
No, I didn't. I didn't come across through this scenario because I came to know with as per the standard SAP.
Mm-hmm.
I think there is a movement type. I think there is a movement type, Ganesh. I could see that. I have seen that in your video only.
I'm saying that are you talking about 501?
Yes, yes, yes.
Goods receipt without PO, we can use 501. Okay.
Okay.
What I'm asking is, can you create a inbound delivery without PO?
Inbound delivery.
Inbound without purchase order, goods receipt we can do with 501. Okay, that's clear.
Okay.
What I'm asking is, can you create inbound delivery without purchase order? Have you ever worked on this kind of case?
No, I didn't work on come across this kind of a scenario. Um,
Okay.
but I'm
Okay.
not. Just tell me so that I can. Is this possible or not as per the standard SAP? If not, so
Yeah, mostly actually we should have at least a PO. Okay.
okay.
Uh, that's why I just want to ask you. Like,
Okay.
without PO, we cannot create inbound delivery. Okay, when you talk about movement type, I'm just thinking like if you generate what you call some other movement type and all, how you can do it and all. I was just thinking that point.
No. That is different thing actually. That I was thinking
It's
about
different.
you
Actually,
said
inbound
about that.
delivery concept is different actually.
Okay. Because I was thinking like inbound delivery, but doing the GR is we are that is also inbound delivery, right? Inbound.
Inbound process is different. Inbound delivery is different.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay. So, okay, as per standard SOP, without PO, we can't do inbound delivery.
Yeah, because at least we should have. If we go with vendor also, still purchase order should be available.
Purchase to
Okay.
be available.
Without completely no purchase order, we cannot. Okay.
Okay.
because there is an option when you create inbound delivery also, that options, everything will be driven with purchase order. Okay.
Yeah, true, Ganesh. Yes.
Mm. Okay.
Ganesh, one more thing, like I have kept up 3 projects, right? For total, I'm having
Mm-hmm.
5.4 years of experience as MM consultant.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't get a chance to, because right. So since 2014, we'll get a rare case we'll get a chance to work as in implementation project, because
Mm-hmm.
initial project I kept it as just implementation, but I have not worked with it. I have a very good experience in supporting project, because I have used Remedy and ServiceNow tools also. Hands-on,
Mm-hmm.
I have done some reports which I have explained you earlier, and apart from that, in my first company, I have done some other reports, small reports, how to
Mm-hmm.
prepare the function specific document. But three projects are sufficient for my 5.4 years of experience.
Yeah, the projects are sufficient. Only thing is, in your way of question answers and all, it's not that much commanding. Okay, the commanding is not there. So you should be in a touch by preparing, or else by giving some what you call some guidance, or some classes or whatever. Because you may not get the motive to prepare on your own to revise your subject. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and certain kind of questions are you're not very confident when you're answering the questions. Okay, that will that may not give you the good impact as a 5 years of experience, right? So
Okay.
how to improve the knowledge? This is, see, now you have two things. One is you have to learn new things like as for HANA, whatever the new things you have to
Yes.
add it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that is a part of any consultant. We should upgrade to any module which you like, which you feel the market is good. Okay,
Okay.
nobody can just we can tell that yes, this will be good, this will be good, like that, but that's the thing. But how to keep your current knowledge? Okay, you might not work for on some kind of scenarios. Okay, but when you go for an interview, definitely you need to brush up those things. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
whether you work recently or you didn't work recently, because you have 5 years of experience, so you cannot tell that I worked long back, I forgot and all. You can tell for it maybe one or two scenario, but most of them you should not listen that. Okay, you should not use the word for again and again. So how to revise your knowledge? The best way is you have to prepare, and compared to prepare on your own, maybe you have market, many people are preparing for interviews or learning and all. Take some time, like weekly 3 hours or 4 hours of time, just to have some sessions with them. They will ask some questions. Okay, then you will work, right, either to answer or else either to analyze. Okay, so that will give you definitely a good revision for your SAP MM knowledge.
Okay.
Simultaneously, the new things, okay, which you have to upgrade. I used to share recently some MM procurement, MM inventory management wiki links. Okay,
Okay.
there's SAP links, right? Those things you have to read on your own to improve your knowledge. That is one way. And how to revise the earlier experience, earlier knowledge and all, by doing these kind of small doubt sessions. May not be
Okay.
training, may not be training for end-to-end SAP MM and all. You don't need that, but some kind of brush up sessions. Okay, there are many people who are preparing and all. You can try to have a session with them. They will ask some questions and you answer them. Okay, some of the questions you don't know, then you will read it. It's like a mini mock interviews.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so that plan you do it. These two things. One is for your additional knowledge of other module or SAP MM knowledge, and second one is the revision plan. Okay,
Okay.
the additional knowledge that you can do on your own. We have a lot of things in the market, in the Google and all those things. Okay, but the second thing, you can select one or two people who are preparing, so you can conduct a few sessions for three
But
four weeks.
can
Plan
I
it.
able to brush up myself by watching your videos, the one which you share,
Yeah,
Ganesh?
that's of course you have you can watch it and then you will understand, because whenever I make any concept, I try to give some examples why we have done it, how we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
done it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that will definitely give you that one. See, all people may not get the people to give some questions, answers, and all. The self preparation for the revision, and the new things also you can watch it and all. Okay. And whenever you want to learn any new module, try to get a person who have real time experience. At least he has done one implementation and all, so that he can share some of the experiences while teaching. Okay. And if you go with only a trainer who has not done any implementation or who didn't work on exactly objects, then it will be may not get some kind of examples also.
No,
Okay.
currently, no, Ganesh. Actually, I have a plan to learn SAP Simple Logistics as for HANA. That will be the
Mhm.
future market, right? I think. And
Yeah, yeah, I think, see,
but before
actually, there
that,
are some courses also coming from ECC to S/4HANA migration. Okay.
okay, okay,
Already Fujitsu, E&Y, these all people are doing some making tools also. We are expecting next 3 to 4 years, the big market of SAP projects will be migration from ECC to S/4HANA.
okay, okay,
Okay, more than S/4HANA new implementations, these things will be there. Like because SAP has a vast market in the world, right? There
okay.
are many big clients who are using ECC, and all are trying to move to S/4HANA by 2025. So everybody is planning their roadmap to finish the migration by 2022, 23, 24, like that. So
So
we will
my
have
okay,
yeah, many opportunities in that area. So the people who have good ECC knowledge and also learned S/4HANA, those will have a good market, because we can understand how a ECC behaved, and what are the objects we can move and what are the objects we cannot move, and that kind of knowledge we need to improve. That is essential for all of us. Okay.
actually, Ganesh, as you said, like the migration of ECC to S/4HANA,
Mhm.
so they will migrate the complete their server, their system, ECC system. So for
Yeah, but
that,
there are
we
many challenges. Some of the standard they can migrate, some of the custom they cannot migrate it.
they cannot migrate, right?
How
So
to copy and again move that? Maybe all people are doing that R&D things. Okay.
okay, so okay, once you migrate the ECC system to S/4HANA from the scratch, suppose let's take simple logistics as for MM part. We need to from the scratch we need to create the plant, right, in S/4HANA, or not required. We need to create
Because
the
I
org
also need
structure
to
and
work
all.
on that area, because I have seen some demos and all.
Okay.
Few things that, because if you take any project, there will be customization. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
maybe
Yes.
10%, maybe 30%, maybe 40%. That is the area all are getting concerned. How my customer custom things will be moved. Okay, and if those are not moved, do I need to do again there? Okay, these kind of questions are everybody's in mind. Okay. So definitely, at what level SAP can provide the tools to migrate it? Okay, and big projects, is it really feasible to migrate, or else they have to go for a new implementation? Okay, these
Okay.
kind of questions in the market now. We are also not much clear how big projects can be migrated. There are some small companies who have 90% standard, 80% standard. That will be easier.
Okay.
But okay, that we are going to learn in future. But that is the area where we need to focus. Okay, because all ECC experienced consultants will have demand and they will have the requirement to work on such kind of projects in future. So I think already SAP, in Open SAP, I can see some course how to migration of SAP from ECC to S/4HANA, like that.
So
Okay.
okay. So migration of ECC S/4HANA means so there will be a huge implementation, new implemented project will be there in coming
Yeah,
market.
coming 3 to 4 years, many projects will be migration of ECC to S/4HANA.
Oh,
How
okay.
simple? Initial implementations and migrations will be more trouble within 1 or 2 years. Even SAP will suggest, and even the solutioning services all there, right?
Okay.
All companies also will do their own roadmap, and even do their own some solutions. Okay, we can migrate with with less efforts. Okay, all
Okay.
IT companies also come up with their own solutions. After they work for 1 or 2, 3, 4 projects, they will get an idea. Okay, what are the pain areas? What are the simple areas? The pain area, how they have managed. Okay, and that things they will from the next clients they will project. We have done 2 migrations successfully with this much effort. Okay, with our experience, we can migrate your client also with this less effort and less budget. Okay, that is the next 4 years or 5 years of business for all IT companies.
Business for okay.
Yeah. Okay. They will learn something and they will try to update and how to do those things.